What's going on? Welcome back to normal baseball. The 2022 season is sadly over, but that means it's time for award season. Let's hand out some hardware. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. I'm Alex Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And today
and that's Milo.
And Milo's in the background today.
Hi, Milo. Good boy.
Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he is, but he's right there today. He's here to accompany us as we're going to be handing out some awards today. The 2022 season's sadly over. We all know that. But it's time for MVP, Silver Sluggers, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Reliever of the Year, Manager of the Year, Hank Aaron Award. We're going to be handing out all those awards individually tonight, and we'll see if what we hand out is the same as what
the writers
happens
hand out
in real life. So you want to just get right into it? I'm excited.
Yeah, let's check it.
I think some of these awards I have very good arguments, and I think some of them we're going to agree on. Maybe some of them we won't. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
Most of these awards get handed out next week, so we're doing this week, obviously, just to do it before they actually get handed out, because that would make sense. And we're going to start out with Silver Slugger. These are just the best hitters at each defensive position. Obviously, this year, there is no pitcher Silver Slugger, as there has been in past years, because, well, pitchers don't hit anymore. So that takes one position away. So what position would you like to start at, Lewis?
I mean, how about we start at first base? Let's just go down the list.
That's probably where we should start. So first base, for the American League, the finalists are Nathaniel Lowe, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jose Abreu, and Anthony Rizzo. So all four of these guys had really good years at the plate. Nathaniel Lowe probably had a much better season than most people probably realized. He had an 850 OPS, batted 302 in 157 games. So he had a very, very good season. How does it stack up against these guys? Well, what do you got, Lewis?
Who
do you have winning this award? I think there's one guy who we can automatically rule out.
All right. I think that the one that we can rule out is Jose Abreu. Yeah, am I crazy for saying that?
I would have said Rizzo too.
Yeah, Rizzo you could rule out too. I think it's much in the American League. It's a two-man race. It's between Nathaniel Lowe and Vladdy Jr. Nathaniel Lowe. My apologies. I personally would go with Vladdy Jr. I mean, although he technically had a regression season, he still put up good numbers at the plate when he was healthy, and he was a big contributing factor to a Toronto Blue Jays offense. What was not to like about him at the dish, and also he's more of a star compared to Nathaniel Lowe. So you got to give him that aspect too.
Yeah, I actually have an argument. I'd argue for Nathaniel Lowe here, just for the sake of argument. I mean, Lowe had a higher batting average. Lowe batted 302, and had an 850 OPS, which I guess came out of nowhere, went so under the radar just because he was on the Texas Rangers, who weren't in the race at all this season.
Yeah.
I would argue Nathaniel Lowe. I mean, I get that he had less extra base hits. I mean, he only had 5 less home runs than Vladdy. He had significantly less RBIs, yes, but he had 3 triples. Vladdy had 0, which, sometimes that comes down to just chance and where you hit the ball, what park you hit it in. 26 doubles. 179 hits. I don't know. I think there's definitely an argument for Low, but I'd say I'd say I don't know. Vladdy having 97 RBIs does kind of help.
Yeah, I think that's a toss up. If you, I mean, we don't need to agree on one pick, so I would be more than
Should
happy.
we? Should we do agree on one pick? So it could be normal baseball's picks.
Normal
I think we
baseball's
should.
picks? Yeah, sure,
I
sure,
think we
sure.
should.
All
Let me
right.
see what I want to see hard hit percent. I want to see where Vlad and Low rank if it ever decides to load. Here we go.
I mean, to be
So
fair, Vladdy Jr. also did lead the league in double plays grounded into. So,
that's actually that would be an argument against.
yeah, that's actually rather significant now that I think about it.
Average exit velocity for Vlad is 96th percentile. Max exit velocity is 99th percentile. I mean, that's crazy. I want to see Lowe's because Lowe did have a very sneaky season. So let's see. I think it might be hard to argue against Vladdy here.
Yeah, and it's just for the simple fact that I mean, Vladdy has the better, like he has more name recognition. My apologies. Vladdy had only 175 hits, whereas Nathaniel Lowe had 179. So they're basically on the same standing ground there. It doesn't really look like one of them was much higher than the other in almost every statistic, but batting average, where Nathaniel Lowe batted 302, whereas Vladdy batted 274.
The counting stats say Vladdy.
One of my
The
very
average
first
stats say
one-on-ones.
Low. So it's more of a matter of what you like more because Lowe got on base a little bit more than Vlad. I would say give it to Vlad, honestly. I think I've switched sides because Vlad had 10 more walks than him, more extra base hits, more RBIs. I think it's got to be Vlad.
Yeah, I think Vlad is the right pick, but I mean, round of applause for Nathaniel Lowe. What a good season he put
seemingly nowhere.
Yeah, he put together on a Rangers team that this offseason they could be just as busy as their last one.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go get into that later.
Yeah, that's a conversation for a later date. So now, do you want to go to the National League first base, or do you want to?
Let's head over to the National League.
All right.
So National League first base, the candidates for Silver Slugger are Paul Goldschmidt, Freddie Freeman, Pete Alonso, Matt Olson, and Christian Walker. I think all of these guys had an amazing season. It's hard to argue against Goldschmidt, I'd argue, but Freeman, they all have arguments, I would say.
So I'm just gonna be blunt and tell you that I think my pick is probably not what most people would agree with, but I think it's the pick that's most
Christian
deserved. No, I'm gonna say that Pete Alonso should win it. I mean, he tied for the lead in RBIs. He carried the Mets through some very rough patches. I mean, there was a point in time where Pete Alonso was the only one who was able to get anything more than a double.
But Silver Slugger isn't about how you play in comparison to your team. It's not most valuable player.
No, I know that. I'm just telling you some things that I just noticed straight off the bat. Being part of leading the league in runs batted in is really big. He was, I think, tied for fifth in total bases. So I mean, the kid knew how to get on base. Those are just the two things that pop off the stat sheet immediately to me. I think that his power and his numbers, although not MVP level, still looked really good, and I would be willing to give it to him. But I can concede to the others, but my personal opinion is that Pete Alonso should win it.
I think Freddie Freeman truly deserves it.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman has the better numbers.
Freeman was just 1 point. He was one hit away. He had 199 hits, led baseball, one hit away from winning the NL batting title. had a
Mm-hmm.
918 OPS, led the league in on base percentage,
Second.
led
Was
the
second.
league in doubles.
Second.
Huh?
Second in on base percentage.
Not according to Baseball Reference.
I'm looking at it
Led
on
the
base
National League
percent.
in on base
Oh, in the
percentage.
National League. My apologies. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the
led the
entire
league
league.
in yeah, led the National League in on base percentage at 199 hits, 117 runs. I would give it to Freeman. I think Freeman just had another unbelievable season. He batted 325.
Yeah, in a year that
1 point
everyone
shy
thought
of the
that he was going
batting
to
title.
regress.
Had almost 50 doubles. 50 doubles.
Yeah,
He hasn't had over 40. He hasn't had over 40 doubles since 2018, and he had 47 this year, which is his career high in doubles.
yeah.
Yes, he only had 21 homers, but in comparison with all the other stats combined, I think it's Freeman's.
No, I can concede to Freeman. I'm just saying it right now that I do think Pete Alonso would, like, if it were I were the sole voter, I would give it to Pete Alonso. The only reason why I would not concede to Goldschmidt is because he kind of, although he still put
He
together a
regressed towards
great
the end of the
year,
season.
yeah, he hit a brick wall towards the end of the season, that last month and a half, and it's part of the reason why
Yeah,
they
no,
got bounced in the wild card round, the Cardinals.
I do agree. I think his I didn't have him in my argument. Christian Walker, yes, had a good year. I think he's just up there because have the name up there.
Yeah,
Maybe get some more recognition for a
and
Diamondbacks player.
Matt Olson
He
is
had a
the
good year
exact
though, but
Yeah, and Matt Olson is the exact opposite of Paul Goldschmidt, where Goldschmidt was red hot in the beginning of the year and then faded towards the end. Matt Olson was non-existent in the beginning of the year and then really picked it up and finished the season strong.
yep. So we're gonna give it to Freeman officially.
Yeah, I'll settle on Freeman. Round of applause, though, for all the finalists. Good job, guys. Good job.
Good job to them. Moving on, AL second baseman. The American League, there are 4 candidates. Jose Altuve, Andres Gimenez, Marcus Semien, and DJ LeMahieu. I am ruling out DJ LeMahieu because he
Agreed.
won the Gold Glove for utility.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to say he's utility Gold Glove, but second base for Silver Slugger? Baffles me. That is a very MLB thing to do. But yeah, so Jose Altuve, Andres Gimenez, Marcus Semien. Who do we think? Who do you think? We'll go with that first. Or do you want me to go first?
I would appreciate you going first.
Me going first. Okay, so if it was
One
up
of
to
my very
me,
first
I rule out
one-on-ones.
Semien. Yes, he got very hot towards the end of the season. Like he was
Extremely.
hitting towards the end of the season. For me, it was really between Jimenez and Altuve,
Agreed.
and I kind of think it's no doubt Jose Altuve.
Yeah, I can settle with that. That is a coin flip for me too, between Altuve and Jimenez. Marcus Semien,
Can I
go for it.
can I plead a case for why I understand that Jimenez is a good pick, but Altuve is simply the better pick here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Altuve was higher in pretty much every stat category except for on base percentage, and no, he was higher in every stat category. He higher batting average, higher on base, higher slugging. He played 5 less games, so I wouldn't really put that into account. More runs, more hits, more doubles, less triples, but at that point, more homer. He had 30. It's Altuve.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why
Great season by Jimenez. Great season by Jimenez. No one would have guessed that, but
yeah, he nearly batted. I think he
Altuve
nearly batted 300, right?
he batted
297.
297, yeah.
Yeah. So that's really impressive for someone who really just came out of the woodworks. No one really expected it. But yeah, I will agree with you that Jose Altuve does deserve the normal baseball AL Silver Slugger for second base.
Yeah, kind of wasn't a debate. Good job, Altuve.
Good job, Altuve. Congratulations.
Jimenez, Semien got hot towards the end of the year, and LeMahieu had a good year too. But you're going to give him a utility position in one stat, in one award, it just wouldn't make sense. So, yeah. Now let's move on to a National League second base. There's 5 candidates again here. Jeff McNeil, Jake Cronenworth, Ketel Marte, Colton Wong and Brendan Rodgers. Um, it's tough because like the cookie cutter answers are so easy. Like I feel like these are almost no doubt like no brainer awards unless they look at some random advanced stat. Like like I don't know. Just I wanna pull up WRC plus because that's the one stat I haven't really looked at so far with this. But I just think who do you think? Who do you think? I'll let you because I know who I think it is.
Well, I'm cookie cutter. I'm going to say Jeff McNeil. He hit 326 on the
It's the
year
easiest.
with an on base percentage of 382. I mean, dare I even say more? The guy knew how to hit, and he showed it all year. It was impressive too because he wasn't just a guy that gets up there every time and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna slap a single. Like I don't really care. I don't want to like do anything too much. The dude was. I think Jeff McNeil's 2022 season can go down as one of the best situational hitting seasons I've ever watched with my own eyes of like actually sitting down and watching Mets games because I wanted to see Jeff McHits.
Yeah, I agree. I think he no doubt had the best season.
Yeah.
Um, I want to try to find. So we're giving it to Jeff McNeil. Can we say that that was a very easy decision?
Yeah, I think one of the easiest decisions that we'll have to make when it comes to giving out the awards.
Yep. So now quickly moving on to AL third baseman. This is actually going to be maybe a little tougher than we thought. Rafael Devers, Jose Ramirez, Alex Bregman, and Matt Chapman. All four amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not take that away. When was opening day this year? April 1st?
I believe so. It might have been March 31st, but no, we were there. It was April 1st, I think.
Yeah. So okay. Hold the phone. Everyone hold the phone. So who do you think? Who do you have here?
For the third base Silver Slugger award in the American League, I went with J-Ram.
J-Ram.
Cleveland Guardians. I mean, he put together such a fantastic season where he didn't outshine anybody else on this list, but his numbers were more consistent throughout the entire year, and he was better when it came down to it. 29 homers and 44 doubles and 126 RBIs is pretty impressive, and those are just the counting stats. I think that's where you have to give it to him.
All right. I actually would say it's Devers. How many homers did J-Ram have this year?
29. I think Devers only had 27, correct?
Yeah. How many doubles did J-Ram have? 44.
44.
So Devers sat just two below J-Ram with 42. Obviously, the RBIs are probably the biggest difference because J-Ram did have 126 RBIs. So
yeah, that's also like a big difference in the teams. Like you can't take that into effect because although J-Ram had more RBIs,
players weren't getting on base.
Yeah,
yeah,
the Red
players
Sox
weren't getting on base for the Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox were not that good this year. So I still think that it's J-Ram.
Devers batted .295, had a higher OPS. Yeah, I'd go J-Ram. He had a great season. He had 29 homers. 29 homers and then 20 stolen bases, which I know, like, not really supposed to look at stolen bases, but, like,
that's a good number.
Insane.
That's a real good
It's
number.
got to be J-Ram.
Yeah,
And
to think, the Blue Jays almost traded for him.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah. So right. J-Ram is our pick for third base in the American League.
Yes.
Clap it up.
Yes.
Good job, J-Ram. Good job.
Yep. Good job for the other guys, though, too.
Yeah.
Third base in the National League. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one.
This is our hardest one.
Throw that out there. is National League third baseman. The candidates are Manny Machado, Nolan Arenado, um, Austin Riley, and Justin Turner. I'm going to rule out Justin Turner.
Agreed.
I think, is that fair?
Yeah, this is a three-man race between the guys who might be the 2, 3, and 4 when it comes to MVP voting this season. So it is in no ways an easy task to answer this question. Give me your pick first.
I have my answer. My answer is going to be Manny Machado. Batted nearly 300. I know Nolan. It was between Nolan and Machado for me. Austin Riley is a close third, but a little further down. I mean, they both batted near 300 this season. Manny had a higher on base and a higher OPS, but just barely. They were head to head in pretty much everything. Comparing them like side by side this season. Let me just pull that up really quick. Nolan Arenado. It's tough, but I would have to go Manny. Manny had less doubles, 2 more homers, same amount of RBIs. Ooh, now I'm starting to rethink myself. Who did you have? Did you have Nolan?
I also had Manny Machado. I'm in.
See, but now I'm
agreeing with you.
Now I'm rethinking myself because Nolan played just 2 less games. Mm-hmm. His averages are just a tad bit lower.
2 games lower, if you will.
He had more doubles, more RBIs. He had significantly less strikeouts.
Nolan? Yeah.
Manny had almost double Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No. I'd say Manny. I'm going to say Manny.
I still go with Manny Machado because he did more at the plate for his team than what Arenado needed to do. I don't know if that really matters. Like in my head, that does. Obviously,
well, you can't look at playoffs.
Yeah, no, I'm not even including the playoffs, but even in the regular season, Manny Machado batted .298, while Arenado batted .293. Just like it's all close, but those extra hits that Manny got probably forced over a couple more games in San Diego's favor at the end of the day, and getting up to bat, your job as a batter is to help win the ball game, and I think Manny Machado did that more, which is why I would give him the Silver Slugger.
Yeah, that's valid. I'm going to have to agree.
But congratulations to all the finalists.
I'm sticking with Manny. Yeah, all of them had fantastic seasons, if I'm being honest.
I think that if anybody on their ballot put Manny, Nolan, or Austin Riley, I could see it. Justin Turner, not so much, but those 3 guys, I mean, the National League third base is one stacked position for many years to come, it seems like.
Yep.
Round of applause. Good job. Good job.
So, next up, we got to run through these. We got to start getting through these because we have a lot to go. Next up, we got shortstop. American League shortstop. We have Bo Bichette, Xander Bogaerts, Carlos Correa, and Corey Seager. All had pretty good years. I'd say Seager got his year started a little too late. Same with Bo Bichette, although Bo Bichette had a very good year at the end, .290 with a just over 800 OPS. Bogaerts had an amazing season, batted 300, 307, 833 OPS, 38 doubles, 15 homers. And then Correa had 291, 834 OPS, 64. Who'd you have? I know who I have.
So immediately I cross off Carlos Correa. He had a good season, but he played significantly less games than I would have wanted him to, and that reflects in him having a lower batting average. Corey Seager, like you said, got his year off
he didn't.
A little bit late. Who? Carlos Correa?
I guess 136. He played 14 less games.
Yeah, he missed 3 weeks of games basically.
Bichette played the most games. Okay, yeah, go on.
But immediately I cross off Correa. Cedar, like you said, although he hit 33 home runs first year in the American League, I don't know if that means anything anymore, but that's
He got
impressive.
ignited late. He got
Yeah.
ignited late in the season.
I still give the award to Xander Bogaerts.
I agree.
I
I
believe
agree.
he's the reigning Silver Slugger champion for the American League, and then he
Probably. He's a
batted
four-time Silver
307.
Slugger.
Yeah, he is. So I mean, good for him. Bo Bichette, if he just started the season like when it started, then there would be more of a conversation. But Bogarts, you win our award.
Good
Round of
job,
applause.
Xander.
Round of applause for Xander.
Very nice. So NL shortstop, we have Trey Turner, Willie Adames, Francisco Lindor, and Dansby Swanson. I think this is a two-man race, personally. I think it's between Turner and Dansby. I don't know if you would happen to agree. I mean, Lindor, yes, had a decent season, pretty good season. But I think these two just had seasons that blew everyone else out of the water.
Funny enough, I think that the two-man race is between Trey Turner and Francisco Lindor. I think Dansby Swanson's first about I want to say month and a half of the season really pulled him back for me. Although he played and still had his best offensive career year, I still think that part of being part of the Silver Slugger, part of winning a Silver Slugger award is being an offensive like powerhouse from the get go, from the ball drop, you know. And I think Lindor did that more than Dansby, but I still give the award to Trey Turner, who just absolutely showed out in
Yeah,
a free agent year.
I was going to say Dansby finished with arguably better numbers than Lindor. So
Yeah, and let's not.
my list, I definitely would have Trey Turner on top. I mean,
Yeah,
he batted 298, 809 OP. He was Trey Turner. He was Trey Turner.
yeah.
He did his thing. 100 RBIs, 21 homers, 4 triples, 40 doubles, 39.
No,
It's Trey Turner.
he was, and I think Trey Turner stands high above him. But let's also not forget about Willie Adames, who had 31 homers and almost 100 RBIs it finished with 98. He flew under everybody's radar and was a big piece of Milwaukee this entire season. Just want to say congratulations for him to becoming a finalist. But I still don't think that anyone can take away the award from Trey Turner.
100%. I agree.
Clap it up.
Um,
Good job to all of the shortstop finalists in the National League. I believe that moves to center field.
Now we get to the fun part, the outfield. We get to pick 3 each here.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
For the American League, we don't even have to look at the candidates. We're putting Aaron Judge on there, yes.
Yes, of course we're putting Aaron Judge on there.
I was going to say, we don't even need to look at the rest of the candidates.
Brother
Judge
had one of the best
there.
offensive seasons Milo's ever going to see.
Is he in that bed?
Yeah, he is. Can you look? That is his foot.
Wow. Cannot. Oh, I see his leg. Gotcha. All right. So the other ones besides Judge, who was going on there no matter what, Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Tucker, Mike Trout, Randy Arozarena, George Springer, Taylor Ward, Anthony Santander, Adolis Garcia, and Teoscar Hernandez. Who are you going to argue for your next 2?
So obviously, with Aaron Judge already being up there, I think that Mike Trout is another guy who needs to be up there after what he went through this year and still put up one of the best offensive seasons. Again, 40 homers in 120 games, I think, or 119 games. And literally 1 point under a 1 OPS is just absurd. So I'm definitely definitely have to say Mike Trout. And the other one, call me crazy, but this turned into a coin flip for me, and I landed on Julio Rodriguez.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. So we're both going to agree on Trout, yes?
Yes. I think Trout needs to be the other guy up there. He had a fantastic year. Now, who is your third?
I'm just looking through them one more time. I'm definitely not giving it to Randy. I want to see just a couple more.
I mean, the sleeper choice is Adolis Garcia, who put together a good offensive year in Texas, but I don't know if it's good enough to say that he deserves to win the Silver Slugger over maybe one of the best rookie bats we've seen. That being us, not the entirety of the league, just you and I. Don't want anyone to be confused out there. This is good podcasting. You're silent.
What do you mean?
What are you looking at? What are you looking up?
Well, you were giving your spiel, so I figured I'd look through some numbers just last second. I was looking through Teoscar, ruled him out. Santander ruled him out. Taylor Ward ruled him out. Springer ruled him out.
Taylor Ward, I mean, if he had, I think it was like the middle of the season where he just slumped for a month when the Angels went on that massive losing streak. If he didn't slump, then there would be more of a conversation of, like, you know, between Julio, Taylor Ward, Adolis Garcia, like those three guys, you could make them interchangeable. I think that George Springer is just outside that argument.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Julio. I mean, he had a great year.
Yeah.
Batted 284, 132 games. It's Julio.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're picking the very cookie cutter answers, but I mean, it's what's deserved. So
yeah, and to be honest, I would not be surprised if they didn't give the third one to Julio and gave it to Adolis Garcia. I think just all in all, he put together a good offensive season. No, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, and I can't pull them up because these ads make so much noise and it gets in the way of our recording. But big fan of what Adolis Garcia did on the diamond this year. I mean, at the plate this year.
Yeah. Getting to the NL outfield. Got it. Like I said, we got to move things on here. So we have Mookie Betts, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, Starling Marte, Jock Peterson, Michael Harris II, Brian Reynolds, Hunter Renfroe, Brandon Nimmo. I would like to just come out and say I will advocate for Kyle Schwarber as much as needs.
Agreed.
46 home runs led the National League. That's the definition of slugger. It's a silver slugger. He was the slugger of the National League. He had an 827 OPS when only batting 218. So I think it has to go to Schwarber.
Yeah, I will agree with you that Schwarber needs to be one. The name that I'm going to throw at you next is going to be Michael Harris II, the rookie.
Okay.
He batted just under 300 at 297, OPS plus of 135 in 114 games, so he did miss a few, but still racked up 123 hits in that time for 19 homers and 64 RBIs and 20 stolen bases, which is not something to be overshadowed, along with 21 walks. My apologies.
See, here's my issue.
Well, who's your three? Let's lay them all down.
My three. I say Mookie Betts needs to get in there.
I agree with you that Mookie Betts should be in there.
He was 5 homers short, which seems like a lot, but like in the grand scheme of things, he was 5 homers short of a 40-40 season, which is incredible.
It's so under the radar.
Batting average is so under the radar on that amazing Dodgers team. I feel like that's why he was under the radar. But his batting average 269. Yeah, I get it was down a little bit compared to what we know he's capable of, considering he batted 346 in 2018.
MVP year, yeah.
But going almost 40 for 40 on an extremely good team, leading the league in runs scored, keeping it just above 100 strikeouts. I think Mookie needs to get on there.
Yeah, I will agree with you. So we're in agreement on Kyle Schwarber, Mookie Betts. Now, who is your third? He doesn't know.
I don't know. There's too many. I mean, Marte, certainly up there. Marte did very good this season. Nimmo.
So my coin flip was between Michael Harris and Hunter Renfroe, who put together a pretty solid season. I gave it to Michael Harris because I will admit I'm like a little bit biased towards having a fun rookie just go out and win all these awards.
How many doubles and homers did he have?
Michael
Just
Harris had 24 doubles and 16 home runs. Oh wait, no, nope, 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 that's wrong. 27 doubles and 19 home runs. I want 3 triples.
only 3 triples. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think that he did great. I mean, I'm excited to watch him for all of next year. Hopefully, he doesn't get injured or he doesn't spend any time off the field.
Yeah, it might be controversial, but I'm down for Michael Harris the second.
Yeah, Michael Harris the second.
Extremely good rookie. Extremely good. He had a really good breakout season. Seems to be the Braves center fielder of the future, along with Acuna. We'll give it to the rookie.
Agreed.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Catcher. Next up, we have American League catcher.
So I think that we're in agreement on this.
I don't. There's two options that it could be.
Give me the name. Give me the name.
What?
Who are you between?
Win or the two options?
Who are you between?
I am between Alejandro Kirk and Adley Rutschman.
Yep, that's exactly who I have a thought with. I have a rookie bias, and I say it should be Adley. I mean, the man came up after going through an injury early in the season and still put together a record-breaking season for the Orioles when it comes to at the plate as a catcher. Put together a great season, but Alejandro Kirk, the dude was an all-star. Alejandro Kirk was an all-star this year.
The dude, he was an all-star. He batted .285, which for a catcher is insane. Had a .786 OPS, but like you said, I mean, Adley, he played 113 games, which is less, yes, but he had 35 doubles.
Yeah.
35 doubles. And had an .806 OPS with only a .254 batting average, but still 35 doubles in 113 games. I think is enough to give it to Adley. Cal Raleigh also had a good season. I'll just put that out there, but I think we can agree on Adley, which might also be a little controversial. We know Jack's not going to like that.
Hate to break it to you, Jack, but Adley Rutschman, did something one of a kind. But if there was a 1A and a 1B, it would certainly be Alejandro Kirk.
It's mostly just because the 35 doubles in 113 games is insane.
Yeah.
35 doubles. If he had, what would he have had? Almost 50 more games if he played the whole season. That's probably equates to almost a 50 double season.
Yeah, as a rookie, mind you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's speed up just a little bit.
Get the ball rolling. NL catcher.
NL catcher. Do you want to just say the name and then move on? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, go for it.
JT Realmuto. Next. He did pretty good. He did cool things. Everybody else lackluster. The catcher position has turned into more defense oriented, whereas JT Realmuto made it the best of both worlds, being arguably the fastest man on the diamond at any given time, and putting together some of the best at-bats I've ever watched, especially in the postseason where he was on the biggest stage. Done.
Yes.
Okay.
Designated is the next category. I think for the AL, it's very obvious. You want to just say the name and then move on?
Yes, of course. It has to go to George Springer. No, it has to go to Yordan Alvarez. No questions asked. I mean, the dude just mashed.
The issue for NL is it should totally be Harper, but he played 99 games, which is short of the 100-game that you need.
I mean, we obviously know who we have to give it to then.
Pujols, no?
Are we not?
I think it has to go to... Do you want to do it just for Luke?
Luke! Sorry,
Are we really about to do Luke Voit over Albert Pujols? Do you just apologize to Milo?
I woke him up. He jumped up.
Are we about to give Luke Voit
Milo is Luke Voigt's #1 fan.
He had a 710 OPS.
Okay. He played on the Nationals. I blame the Nationals organization. Luke
He
Voigt
actually
is
did
my
half the season.
Luke Voigt is my designated hitter.
No way. No
Yep,
way. We're
yep.
giving it to Albert Pujols.
No, we're
No,
not. We're
giving it to
giving.
Albert
I'm
Pujols.
gonna guilt
Albert
trip you,
Pujols had an 894. No,
Alex.
we're giving it
We
to Albert
are
Pujols. 895 OPS,
Alex.
270 batting average, 24 home runs, 14 doubles, 68 RBI.
I thought that this was the normal baseball awards for Silver Slugger. I want to give it to Luke Voigt. Alex, we've been recording. We've been recording for 40 minutes. I will sit here and debate you for 40 more minutes about Luke Voigt.
We're not biased. We're not biased.
It's not biased. It's just the truth.
It's biased. We're putting pools. We're not doing utility. Screw that. We're not doing utility.
Let it be known that
cares.
Alex is putting down Albert Pujols. I am not.
We're both putting down. That's ridiculous. No bias in this company.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Let's get the actual awards now.
Okay.
So,
lead the way.
let's we'll skip Hank Aaron Award for now. If we get the chance, we'll come back to it. Let's start with Manager of the Year.
All right.
So, the Manager of the Year candidates for the American League are Brandon Hyde of the Baltimore Orioles, Scott Servais of the Mariners, and Terry Francona of the Guardians. I think there is a pick that stands out above the rest. I don't know if you would agree.
I agree with you that there is a pick that stands out above the rest for the AL Manager of the Year. And I think it's pretty clearly Brandon Hyde.
I agree. I think no one saw the Orioles coming. The Guardians, I'm sure there's maybe not as many people saw them coming, and yes, they were managed very well by Francona, but I also do think that just had to do with the fact that their rookies were just kind of going off, doing everything. I think the Orioles pitching staff flipped. Their lineup flipped. Something happened, and it was just managed incredibly, and the whole season was turned around. They finished 83 and 79. Just everything was great. The Mariners had a great season too, but I think more people saw the Mariners doing good after how they did last year. Good managed, but I think it's Brandon Hyde.
Yeah, Brandon Hyde, congratulations. You definitely win Manager of the Year in normal baseball's book. Not too much to piggyback off of Alex. I can understand why people would say Scott Servais, however, because you break a 21-year playoff drought, like you're the man at the helm of it all. But at the same time, who in their right mind thought that the Orioles would not be in last place in the AL East? Let's be real here.
Exactly. Everyone predicted them to be last in the AL East, and it didn't happen. So.
And not only were they not last, they it felt like every game that they played, besides a couple towards the end of the season, where it was like one of the scores was like 11-14 was the final score. But besides that, all of their games were just bloodbaths until the very end. It never felt like the Orioles were out. Even after trading away some guys at the trade deadline, going through that second half and still outperforming their expectations was amazing. So, congratulations to Brandon Hyde.
Good job, Brandon Hyde.
Brandon Hyde. I might have to buy a Brandon Hyde jersey this offseason.
That would be great. I already ordered my Trey Turner Marlins jersey.
Nice. Don't spoil it.
Okay, let's get to NL Manager of the Year. The candidates were Dave Roberts, Buck Showalter, and Brian Snitker. I do think there is a surefire winner here.
Tell me who it is.
I think it's coming to Queens, baby. I think Buck Showalter is the NL Manager of the Year. Now we have an issue. What?
I think it should be Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts led a incredible.
It's a regular season award, though.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he led that team that everyone knew was gonna get literally 111 wins. Everyone knew that was gonna happen.
But you don't just. I mean, if the guys were managing themselves,
Dodger fans wanted him fired halfway through the year.
Yeah, but that's because they're over dramatic.
Dodger fans wanted him fired before the year. Yeah. After last season, they wanted him fired. I think
cool. There's Guardians fans that are still probably calling for Terry Francona.
Showalter is the best manager in baseball right now. There is not a single doubt in my mind that Buck Showalter is the best manager in baseball right now. He always seems to make the right decisions. Yes, he has a lot to work with the lineup. The lineups are always good. I understand he did the thing to Joe Musgrove, which was the stupidest managerial
That's
decision you could ever
postseason.
do.
Postseason does not count.
Postseason doesn't matter. I think Buck Showalter made all the right moves. I think he was a big reason that team even stuck in the playoffs and did as well as not stuck in the playoffs, but like did as well as they did.
See, now the
He
issue
made
is
so
is
many
that
right decisions.
I thought that Buck Showalter was the manager of the year for the National League until that series in Atlanta at the very end of the year. I mean, it felt like every single time they would have two guys warming up in the pen, and he would just always go to the wrong guy. And I don't know if that's so much on him,
So you're basing it
or
all
is
off one series.
but I'm saying that it swung it for me. I mean, another
In that
manager
case,
led
the
a team
Dodgers
to
got struck by the
111.
Pirates.
Yeah, but that didn't decide their season. That didn't decide where they ended up in the playoffs at that moment in time. Everybody knew they could.
The Dodgers playoff spot was decided from the second month of the season.
Exactly. Because they had a good manager at the helm.
But he had so much more to work with.
Yeah, but that's luck of the draw.
But no, it's not. I think Buck.
What do you mean? No, it's not.
It's not luck of the draw. It's how the team's built. It's not luck.
It's a figure of speech. It's not.
I think
it's not entirely luck, but
I think it's Buck. I really don't want to divert from Buck. I mean, I think he just made so many right decisions. And
do you want to just compromise and give it to Brian Stinkert?
No. and also Buck, like I don't think I saw the Mets lose a challenge once at all year.
You did not watch enough Mets games. I was at a game where they lost the challenge.
I don't think but and then again at first glance it doesn't like it feels like he always made the right decisions.
You know what? I'll cave. Buck Showalter, congratulations on winning Manager of the Year for the National League. Good job.
That's the 4 best words in the English dictionary. You wore me down.
Milo, is that funny? He said no. Sorry.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right,
okay,
where do you want to go next?
Buck Showalter, great season. Dave Roberts, great season. Brian Snitker, great season. I mean, Brian Snitker very much led the team to a, comeback. So where are we going to go next? You want to go to reliever of the year and just both agree on it, and because I know we're both going to agree on it.
Yeah. Here, I'll say the American League, and then you.
Candidates, but... Yeah, go for it. Say the American League. I'll say the National League.
Okay, Emmanuel Clase.
Yep. And then National League, Edwin Diaz.
Congratulations, guys! You guys won our reliever of the years. All right, next.
I mean, just talking about them for a second, like them in general, both of them were insane. Clase had. It was under the radar at first, but I think he got more recognition as the season went on. He had an amazing. The man's lights out. The man, you can't get a hit off him.
Yeah. And when you do, I mean, it got. I felt like every time it was so rare to see someone even get a hit off of Emmanuel Clase that it got to the point where SportsCenter and other major news networks were posting when a run would get scored off of Emmanuel Clase. You didn't see that with any other reliever since like Mariano Rivera.
Only 11 earned runs all season, but and then we say that we haven't seen that in so long since Mariano Rivera. Then you look at the other side of the table. Edwin Diaz did better than that.
Yeah,
9 earned runs all season, 32 saves. He was lights out. 118 strikeouts.
I think that these two relievers were just on another dimension compared to every other reliever.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
But also, the proof is in the projects of that one of the best relievers is not better than having like 4 good relievers. So, there's building blocks there. I'm sorry, I'm a big off-season fan, big off-season guy.
I think the next awards are. I want to go in a more easy route because I feel like this one will have a lot less argument or debate. I feel like Cy Young is the best route to go here, coming off reliever of the year.
Okay, you say American League. I'll say National League.
American. I'll say American League. We'll talk about him for a couple of minutes, and then
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do National League. So American League, Justin Verlander. You would love to give it to Dylan Cease.
I
Alek
would.
Manoah's up there too. I don't think Manoah was really in it. Cease had an amazing year,
Can we
but
just point out though that over the past couple of years, or not even couple, like a few, over the last few years, it's literally just been a glorified ERA title. Like, I mean, come on now. Why Alek
yes, but
Manoah had a good season, but he should not be a Cy Young finalist.
yes, but when you have a guy with a sub 2 ERA, like specifically this year, a guy with a sub 2 ERA and Verlander finished with a 1.75 ERA. I mean, Manoah finished with a 2.24 ERA. I mean, that's
Yeah, but
amazing. Cease finished with a 2.20 ERA. That's amazing as well. But when you
so
look at Verlander, who had a 1.75 ERA with 185 strikeouts, 175 innings pitched, 28 starts, 18-4. He was just a decent amount of strikeouts away from winning a Triple Crown. Um, Lowest WHIP in major leagues. He deserves it.
so my counter argument is how many home runs did they hit? I think, in all honesty,
How
this
many home runs did he
the
allow?
no, how many home runs did they hit? Because I know Shohei
What do
Ohtani
you
had over 30. Right? If the Cy Young goes to the best
mean?
pitcher, I mean,
I think it's best pitcher with pitching
okay,
stats wise.
but even then, Shohei Ohtani was fucking amazing on the
He
mound.
was, but
I think that
he didn't have a 1.75 ERA.
no, I completely agree with you that Justin Verlander should win it, but like this can't be a glorified ERA title. Alek Manoah, as good of a season as he did have, should not be in the finals. It should be Shohei Ohtani because of how absolutely dominant. I don't. I watched him pitch and I was terrified. I'm not standing in the box.
No, yeah, I would agree. His splitter is amazing. He had
His
the highest strikeouts per
his
nine in
slider looked
baseball.
like a frisbee for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
I know. I agree.
But yeah, Justin
I
Verlander is
agree.
definitely the winner. But Shohei Ohtani should have been a
But
finalist.
Shohei should have been top three. He's gonna be four probably.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I agree. Shohei should be top three.
Yeah.
So Verlander, AL Cy Young, deserve. He'll probably be back in the Astros next year.
Congratulations.
All right. So NL, I also think this is kind of easy if you want to say it.
Yeah, so I think the winner is Sandy Alcantara, South Beach Sandy. The finalists were Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins, Julio Urias of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves. Julio Urias, I don't think should be on there at all. I genuinely think that it should.
No, you just don't like Julio Urias.
Well, that and also, I mean, Spencer Strider had a really good season. I don't know if that's just because
Julio Urias had a better season.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't like him. It's that
You just
simple.
don't like Julio
I
Urias.
can't fucking stand the guy. I hate his guts with every little bit of hate I have left in my body. But South Beach Sandy takes it away without question.
100%. 100%. 6 complete games, 1 complete game shutty. Led the league in innings pitched, which was the argument with Zach Wheeler last year.
Mhm.
Zach Wheeler had so many innings pitched. He was just an inning eater, and he was amazing. Sandy had a 2.28 ERA, which was just barely low. Julio Urias almost won the title. Obviously, 14-9. No one cares about win losses. He was on the Marlins. Whip was good. Just everything. I think what mostly does it is the 6 complete games. And
I mean,
shutout.
having a workhorse.
The fact that he didn't pitch a no hitter or a perfect game baffles me.
Yeah. Having a workhorse, though, like Sandy, in a baseball environment where it's like, I mean, literally Game 6 of the World Series, Zach Wheeler got pulled in the 5th inning when he was dealing. But, like, Sandy Alcantara can stand up there on the mound for 9 innings straight and shut down an entire offense, no matter who it is. We watched him nearly shut down the Dodgers for a game in Miami, which was electric. Just, all in all, Sandy put together one of the best seasons on a non-contending team that we can remember off the top of our heads. So congratulations to South Beach Sandy. Round of applause. Round of applause.
If you take away just a couple bad starts he might have had some MVP consideration, dare I say.
I think that he'll get MVP votes. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Well, I think he'll get the votes. I think he'll get MVP votes, but I think he would have significantly more. Take away some of the. I think he had like 2 7 or 6 earned run starts. If you take a couple of those away, I mean, this is an incredible season.
Yeah, one for the record books.
Round
of applause. Attaboy.
All right. Rookie of the year, the fun time.
Yeah.
AL Rookie of the Year is it might seem out of reach, but it's still debatable. I'd argue. No, it's not. No, it's not.
There's a debate to be had, but there's a clear winner. How's that?
There is a clear winner, and it's Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez. Congratulations. The other two finalists.
25 homer steal season hasn't happened in a long time. For a rookie is incredible.
Yeah. But not to
mention, how many doubles did he have? He went 25 doubles, 25 plus home runs, 25 steals. So
yeah, but not to let Julio outshine both Adley Rutschman and Stephen Barry Bonds Kwan. They both still had amazing rookie seasons, but Julio, I mean, the contract that he signed shows how good he was for being a rookie, and it's only up from here. Might as well kick off his what we hope is an illustrious MLB career with a Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, I even think Bobby Witt had a great year.
Not
on here though. I think Bobby Witt Jr. had a great year too.
Bobby Witt is one of the most underrated rookie. Was the most underrated rookie this season, in my opinion, and I think, although we didn't see him for Rookie of the Year, quote me on it now. 6 years from now, he will be an MVP finalist. 6 years from now.
Kwan had a very big debate too. I mean, finishes with 62 walks, only 60 strikeouts, which obviously Julio had 145 strikeouts. I think a lot of that has to do with being a rookie, seeing MLB pitching, adjusting a little bit.
I think
I guess that Kwan was the same way, but Barry Bonds Kwan, he 6 homers, 19 steals. I get that he almost batted 300, but Julio just 284.
Yeah, and let it be known that these rookies had it extra difficult when it came to coming up. And to think that J-Rod made the adjustment, and the reason why it was so difficult for them is because they went from going from ABS, an automated ball and strike calling system, which was perfect at all times, to having normal umpires do the job. I really thought that you were about to fall over right there.
No.
But to normal umpires doing the job, which was a lot more difficult for Julio to adjust to, and we saw it in the first month of his season, where he would let pitches go that were too low, that you could see on the broadcast and see on Baseball Savant with their live pitch feature, but umpires would call it a strike, and it really ate up Julio, and it could have ruined his career right then and there. But he made the adjustment, he fixed it, and he turned his entire season around. So, Julio, congratulations. Yeah. But good job to all the rookies this year in the American League.
Every rookie. And I feel like we're going to say most of the same thing for the NL. Are we in agreement here?
No, we're not.
Very interested.
We're definitely
is the winner
not.
On the Braves?
Yes.
So I know who you're. The top 3 for NL Rookie of the Year are Brendan Donovan, Michael Harris, and Spencer Strider.
It would have been really funny if I said no.
I want to say Spencer Strider. I assume you're going to say Michael Harris.
Of course, I'm going to say Michael Harris.
So
I think Spencer Strider missed a little too many starts.
Missed a little too many starts? He started 31 games.
Could have started,
he started
32.
20 games, but he played 31.
Yeah, he started 20. He's labeled as a starting pitcher.
He still pitched in 31. And he still had a 2.67 ERA as a rookie, with 202 strikeouts, and he started 20 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that alone is enough.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but like, how many doubles did he have?
That's cool and all. What was Michael Harris's ERA?
0. He didn't pitch.
Undefined.
0.
Undefined.
It's 0.
How many strikeouts did Michael Harris have?
Half of Spencer Strider's 107.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, Michael Harris. But like, offense is so much more fun than defense.
What was his WAR?
Michael Harris's WAR 5.3.
5.3. Okay, Strider was 3.7. But although he is a pitcher, he's a pitcher. This is why. That's why this debate is hard because one's a pitcher.
This is one of those things where if you told me that they were going to do co-MVPs, I would be, good job MLB. You did the right thing.
It's tough
because you can't compare a hitter to a pitcher. Like this,
you can't.
That's what makes the MVP debate later on. So
if it's an overwhelming, yeah, this guy was better than this guy. Like if you were comparing like Judge and like
Justin Verlander,
yeah, Verlander, you'd say Judge,
right? But like then there would be an argument. But like JV was like the best pitcher in baseball, or damn near close to it. This argument we could do a whole episode on this argument. We really could.
I think it should be Spencer Strider.
I think it should be Michael. Can we do a co? Can we do co MVP? Can we do co NL Rookie of the Years?
Let's do co.
Yeah, because these guys were just so good. I mean, an OPS plus of 135 as a rookie.
That's just how scary this Braves team is.
Yeah.
They just in our book they got co Rookie of the Years, and they could have still made it to the World Series last year had things gone their way. But they were really capable.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations to our co Rookie of the Year.
Good job, guys. Good job. Brendan Donovan, though, can we just say, good job, Brendan Donovan. You came in and did what you needed to do on 100%. The Cardinals. Great building block.
Utility.
Yeah, perfect. Just for Brendan Donovan, I mean, good job.
Now.
You're lagging a little bit.
Now we have the fun part.
There we go.
We're gonna do MVP. We're gonna do NL first.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who is the three finalists are Goldschmidt, Arenado, and Manny Machado. Who is your MVP for the National League?
My MVP is Manny Machado.
Manny Machado. Okay.
I mean, it sounds so crazy to me saying it right now, but like, Goldschmidt fell off at the end of the year, man.
But he still finished with better than Machado.
Yeah, but Machado was more consistent. The only reason why
Goldschmidt was one of the biggest reasons the Cardinals won the NL Central.
You sure it wasn't whoever the hell the Brewers GM is?
Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was Goldschmidt.
Yeah, but like any stat,
you just admit it. He slumped for pretty much the full last month of the season. Still finished with .317 batting average and led the National League in OPS.
Yeah, but
with slumping.
But you're gonna but any stat that you want to pick out, like his number is right there, right? OPS, one of the numbers that we use to define batters, right? Goldschmidt had a 981. Machado was right there at 898, which is 900. I mean, like, it just feels like they're a lot closer than people are saying. Machado, 6.8 more.
Wait. Restart that. What is Manny Machado's OPS?
898.
That is nowhere near 981.
But it's almost at the same level as what I'm saying. Like, the numbers, any number that you want to pick, Goldschmidt will be...
How many doubles did Machado have?
Oh my gosh, you're really going to make me scroll.
Yeah, I can get it if you're in 2022.
Singles...
Okay. Let's read some stats here. Machado had 7 doubles. Goldschmidt had 41. Machado had 32 home runs. Goldschmidt had 35. Machado had 102 RBIs. Goldschmidt had 115. All of Goldschmidt's stats are high, and I think he was extremely valuable to the Cardinals this year. And I know that Machado was extremely valuable to the Padres, but I just think the Padres were working with more.
They weren't.
Soto, Bell.
They traded for them halfway through the season.
Cronenworth.
He did not show up for half the season. But Arenado was another finalist for the MVP award. If that's not proof that, like, you know, Goldschmidt, like, wasn't just the only offensive thing that the Cardinals had. I like Manny Machado. I think that although his numbers are lower in most categories, they're still close enough, and Manny Machado did better. Like, especially defensively, I would say Manny Machado was the best out of the three.
Would we like to look at...
I don't care what your numbers say. That's what I'm going to say. And I will...
I think Goldschmidt was pretty good at defense this year, too.
Yeah, that's cool. He didn't play third base.
Higher WAR. Which, I mean, WAR, technically, the stat to look at.
Oh, excuse me.
What about WRC+? Goldschmidt had a higher WRC+ by a lot. Have with that what you will. He also had a higher WOBA by a lot. I like the stats because it tells a story. I think...
Yeah, the stats are cool and all, but, like, Manny Machado...
I think it was Goldschmidt. I really think it's Goldschmidt.
But he fell off the last month and a half.
Okay, Machado didn't have an insane month every month either.
But he, in the last 2 months, Manny Machado did better than Paul
But
Goldschmidt.
It's not about the last 2 months.
Right, but
it's about the whole season.
They were damn near equal the entire season.
That's like saying Bo Bichette was amazing the last fucking month for the Blue Jays.
That's different, though.
Like, no.
But Manny Machado was always in the MVP conversation.
He won them like 5 games. He won them so many games in the last part of the season.
I don't feel like arguing with you anymore because although I'm right, I know that you're not going to step off this hill.
In July, Manny Machado played 25 games and batted .202. So,
whoa!
I think it's Goldschmidt. We need a third opinion here.
There's a Goldschmidt.
Which is tough.
Yeah, the third opinion's my voice of reason that you don't have. Give it to Goldschmidt.
Well, it's not that I don't have a voice of reason. It's that we got to argue about something on here.
It's the content. Give it to Goldschmidt.
I do legitimately think it's Goldschmidt, though.
Whatever. Give it to Goldschmidt.
Milo. Ask him.
Milo,
Come on.
did Paul Goldschmidt win the MVP, or should Manny Machado win the MVP?
Oh, he looked away when he said Manny.
I don't know about that. He looked away when I said Goldschmidt. Milo, Manny Machado or Paul Goldschmidt? Ah, that looked like a Manny Machado to me.
Milo's opinion doesn't matter. What if we say
co-MVPs? No, give it to Goldschmidt. Whatever.
No.
Give it to Goldschmidt. His numbers look a lot prettier.
Even then, he won them so many games. He had a walk-off grand slam this season. Machado didn't have a walk-off grand slam this season.
Josh Donaldson had one. Did we give him the AL MVP award?
Yeah, but Josh Donaldson didn't bat .317 either, so...
Whatever. Give it to him.
Alright, you're caving?
I'm tired of you.
What did I say my favorite 4 words were?
We will get banned on every social media platform if I say anything.
Okay, now the fun one. I think we're both gonna agree, so I don't really know why we held this for last. Oh, don't even with me. I swear to God, if you turn to Ben Verlander right here. Alright, AL MVP. It's between Yordan Alvarez, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. Let's be honest. The real debate is between Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Tell me which coast the MVP will land on.
In the offseason or right now?
Right now. Where will the MVP be come... No. Where did the MVP play this season? On the East Coast or the West Coast? Where was their home stadium? Come on, let's go. Come on.
The MVP for the American League played in the fucking Bronx, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Down at 161st Street. Aaron Himothy Judge did the damn fucking thing. Is that bat broken?
Oh, of course. It's just the handle.
Did the damn thing. Broke the American League home run record. And just had the best offensive season we could have ever thought to watch for a man who declined $220 million the day before opening day. Aaron Judge, you are the AL MVP for the year of 2022.
You scared me there for a second. I can't.
Oh yeah, I did. I was practicing that bit in the shower this morning.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, we ain't no Ben Verlander. We're not Ben Verlander. No hate to him. However, Aaron Judge had a 0 ERA this season.
That is true. Aaron Judge did not give up a one hit this season.
Exactly.
Prime Mo could never even do that.
You hit 62 home runs. You nearly win the Triple Crown. You just finished a couple points lower on the batting average.
Been a better time.
Whoa!
21 RBIs.
With a great deal on the Hyundai.
Sorry, there was an advertisement playing. Say that again.
There's never been
what the hell?
Get away.
Okay, we're leaving this page. Go away.
Just close the tab.
I did.
We're done with the show after this. All right, ready?
No free ads.
All good?
Yeah,
We're
go.
all good?
Go.
Okay. 62 home runs. Nearly won yourself a Triple Crown. 131 RBIs, batted .311. Shohei, what are you going to do? When I get that Shohei switched this season and last season. This season he was a above average hitter and a amazing pitcher. Last season he was an amazing hitter, above average pitcher. What are you going to do? Give it to him every single year he plays?
It would have to be renamed the Shohei Ohtani Award.
Exactly. It has to go to the best two-way players, but there's not enough two-way players for that to matter.
Yeah.
There's not enough two-way players for it to matter. You can't give it to him every year. What Aaron Judge did at the plate what Aaron Judge did at the plate this season has not been seen in 62 years.
61.
Since Roger Maris did it. 61 years, whatever the hell you want to say. What Aaron Judge did is not seen at all, ever. If he won the Triple Crown, it would have been a landslide. I don't think it would have even been a debate if he had won the Triple Crown. But you batted .311, and you were like 3 points off from winning the Triple Crown.
And let it be known, too, that Shohei Ohtani, I mean, one of the the biggest thing about him, right, and things that everybody had always said about him from the moment that he set foot and signed contract with the Angels was that he's a two-way player. He can pitch, and he can be a position player, and hit along with being the position player. Not one out was he in the outfield. And the Angels could have used an arm in the outfield from time to time. The dude is fast as hell, playing in one of the hardest divisions to play the outfield in the American League West. With when you have the big right field at Minute Maid Park, the massive right center field gap in the Seattle Mariners Stadium, the Angels have a big outfield. Like,
yeah, no, it's ridiculous. You're a two-way player. You pitch and hit, yes, but you're not playing defense. You can never become a five-tool player. You're not going to play defense. You're not helping the team defensively at all.
And I find it crazy.
And he has the capabilities of doing it because before the Shohei Ohtani rule existed, where you could take the starting pitcher out, he would still be the DH. Before that rule existed, he would play left field after he got taken out of the game.
Yeah.
He's more than capable.
I would be okay, and I hate to turn this into the Shohei Ohtani show, but I do love what Shohei has done. I do love what he's done for the game and like how well he's played it. But at the same time, I would prefer for him not to pitch every 5 days. Give him every 8 days, once a week. Or like every 10 days, every 10 days he pitches. But in between, play the field. Like, Shohei Ohtani...
He doesn't have to play the field every day.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like he should have played the field...
Just at all.
At all. He should have.
Yeah.
And Aaron Judge, I mean, if this is what it takes to win the MVP from Shohei Ohtani, it's going to be difficult moving forward, but Aaron Judge really set the bar of like, oh, excuse me, if you want to win this award, you have to break some sort of outstanding record. Like, what, next year is some guy going to be shooting for Ted Williams, like 400 batting average? This is.
Exactly. Before the season, people would have probably said to beat Shohei Ohtani in this MVP, you got to break some all-time record. And that's exactly what Aaron Judge did.
Yeah.
And not only did he do it, but he did it in dominant fashion with 131 RBIs and a 311 batting average.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that needs to be said.
I mean, and also let it be known, the letters MVP stand for Most Valuable Player. Whichever player brought the most value to their team. Aaron Judge led the MLB in WAR and single-handedly kept the Yankees afloat when they tried to do everything that they could to tank down and lose the American League East time and time again in August. Shohei Ohtani, from what, after May 1st, we knew that they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
No,
did Shohei add that much value? If you take him off the Angels, they're still not a playoff team.
Yeah, and I hate making that debate because it shouldn't be like the talent he's surrounded with. Because in that case, like if you look at some other guys, it's like
Mike Trout should never have won an award. Then blah,
right,
blah,
exactly.
Blah.
When you look at it that way, it doesn't really make sense. But I do understand what you're saying. Like the overall value, Shohei Ohtani wasn't single-handedly winning the Angels games. Because, we've seen games where he had maybe a home run and, a double, and Mike Trout had a home run and a double, and they still lost the game.
Yeah.
So I guess he was trying, but...
Well, of course they're trying. It's just
I don't think he was as valuable as Aaron Judge, and I think that's the end of the debate.
Yeah, and
coming to the Bronx, and I think, well, if Judge is signing back, well, that's a whole other debate for a different episode, so...
Yeah, I mean... Aaron Judge, you did an amazing job this year. Congratulations. You bet on yourself, and you might have just won one of the biggest contracts we'll ever see for a player of your stature and your age and everything of that sort.
Yep. Well, I think that's it for our awards. I think we're done. We still have tons more off-season stuff to get to. There's still free agency. There's still rules that are for next year. There's going to be news stories coming out probably during the off season, most definitely. So there's still a lot to talk about. But these were our awards. They'll be announced next week. And yeah, I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
As am I.
Thank you guys for sticking with us. If you're still watching, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz. And yeah.
And congratulations!
Any final words or?
Congratulations to all of our award winners. If you didn't win,
yes.
Tough shit. Do better next year. But
yeah,
next episode will be pure off-season talk.
That's true.
What's not to love about the off-season?
That's true, except for the fact that there's no baseball. But yeah, all right.
True.
I think that's it for this episode. We appreciate you guys watching, like we said, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Did I hit it? Oh, fuck.